Hello everyone, we have some great news. This new poll, conducted by More in Commons with 11,000 participants, offers some fascinating insights. It's an MRP poll, which proved highly accurate ahead of the July general election, so it's worth paying attention to. Let's dive into what the data reveals about the seismic shifts happening in British politics. First, Labour's position is staggering. This poll shows them dropping to 228 seats, down by a shocking 184 seats from the 412 they secured just 6 or 7 months ago. To see such a dramatic fall for a governing party so early in their term is unprecedented. Labour has a monumental task ahead if they want to claw their way back to the 326 seats needed for a majority. It's a massive uphill battle, and the clock is ticking. Meanwhile, the Conservatives improve slightly, moving up to 222 seats. However, their vote share remains dismally low, hovering around 25 to 26%, which is far from the level needed to regain power. While they're benefiting from Labour's decline, this is hardly a return to form for the Tories. Now here's the real story. Reform surges from just 5 seats to a projected 72 seats. For a party as young and relatively new as Reform, this is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a testament to their growing appeal across the country. While they may have a similar number of seats to the Liberal Democrats in this projection, the crucial difference is Reform's widespread presence as the main challenger in over 200 constituencies. This positions them as a serious disruptor to the two-party system. The SNP also sees gains, climbing to 37 seats, up by 28. They're capitalising on Labour's losses in Scotland, consolidating their hold in the region. Interestingly, the Conservatives make no gains in Scotland, showing that the SNP remains dominant north of the border. Let's look at where these changes are happening. The poll highlights 198 constituencies expected to change hands if this were a general election result. Reform is making remarkable inroads, particularly in traditional Labour strongholds across Yorkshire, Greater Manchester and the North East. Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, is projected to lose her seat in Pontefract, Castleford and Nottingley to Reform. John Healey, the Defence Secretary, is set to lose in Rawmarsh and Conisbrough. Even Ed Miliband, the Energy Secretary, would lose Doncaster North, a constituency that hasn't seriously been under threat in years. These aren't isolated cases. Reform is carving out significant chunks of support in Labour's heartlands, areas where the Conservatives have historically struggled to gain a foothold. In addition to their wins, Reform is now the second-place party in over 200 constituencies. This includes areas like the North East, where they're challenging Labour in seats like Sunderland South and Stockton North, and even in regions like Essex and Kent, where they're putting pressure on the Conservatives. If Reform can convert even a fraction of these second-place finishes into wins, their impact could reshape British politics for a generation. Of course, Reform faces challenges. They need to maintain their momentum and prove their viability in the upcoming local elections in May. This will be a crucial test of whether they can turn polling numbers into real-world victories. Additionally, they must navigate the tricky path of appealing to both disillusioned Labour and Conservative voters, a balancing act that few parties have managed successfully. While Reform steals the spotlight, the Conservatives have made some modest recoveries. They've regained seats in traditional rural strongholds in areas like Derbyshire and Leicestershire. Encouragingly for them, they're also making progress against the Liberal Democrats in their southern heartlands, reclaiming constituencies like Dorking, Horsham and Newton Abbot. What's clear is that British politics is entering a transformative period. The dominance of Labour and the Conservatives is no longer guaranteed, and Reform is leading the charge against the old order. This is shaping up to be an era-defining moment, with the potential to permanently alter the political landscape. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned as we continue to track these monumental changes in British politics. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. See you on the next one.